Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley and I'm the crochet designer slash business strategist here behind A Crafty Concept. On this channel, I design free crochet patterns for crocheters to use to make and sell their finished pieces in their businesses like on Etsy or at markets. In today's video, I want to talk specifically to my people who are good at crocheting. They crochet for a hobby, but they're thinking about starting a business. If that is you, you are probably stuck somewhere between I want to start a business, can't come up with a name, I don't know what steps to do next, I can't come up with a name. And I can tell you I have been there. I thought long and hard about the name that I wanted for my business, and spoiler alert, A Crafty Concept was not the original name for my business. For about a hot second, about maybe 2 days. I think it was actually just one day. So 24 hours of time, my business was called Better Than New Creations. Is a whole different business model, okay? But we switched to A Crafty Concept like the next day, and it has stuck ever since. And I think I started it, I think it was back in 2012. So in 2012, I came up with A Crafty Concept, and it has treated me well this whole time. I do weekly lives over on YouTube called Ask Ashley. And during one of those lives, one of the viewers asked the question about how to come up with a business name. The answer there I thought was very helpful, so I wanted to make it into its own video here on YouTube for other people who might be having the same struggle. So this video is going to be a quick replay of the Ask Ashley live that was a few weeks ago. You can tune into the Ask Ashley lives here on YouTube if you want to join me so you can ask your questions and get real-time answers. Or you can watch the replays just by clicking the live tab here on my YouTube channel, and you can see all of the Ask Ashley replays. We've also put chapters of each of the questions asked for each of the replays. So you can easily scan through the questions and see if you have any of those questions and then jump directly to that part of the video so you're not wasting any time. In this replay, I talk about my favorite 3-step method for creating a new business name. Step 1, we're gonna brain dump. Step 2, we're gonna create word combinations. And then step 3, we're going to check for availability. I have a couple pro tips that I didn't add in the Ask Ashley that I want to add here for you guys watching on YouTube. Pro tip number 1, choose a name that's easy to say, spell, read, and remember. You don't want anything that's funky or too unique because then people will not be able to easily refer you to their friends and easily tag you on social media when they're sharing about your product. Tip number 2 is don't use any funky spelling or formatting when coming up with your business name. I do talk about that in this video. And then tip number 3 is give yourself some grace here. Coming up with your name is not as important as it feels like it is at the beginning of your journey. A Crafty Concept has nothing to do with crochet or teaching people business. It's just some words that represent the brand that I was trying to create. So you have a lot of freedom here, and also you can always change it if you need to. I changed mine within 24 hours of starting my business. So keep those 3 tips in mind while you watch this replay, and if you are ready to come up with a business name for yourself, we have created a worksheet for you to make that as simple as possible. You can click the link down below, sign up to my email list, and the worksheet will be sent to you automatically. Okay. Next up is Natasha, and she says, I'm stuck on a business name. Every idea I had is already taken. I've tried the AI generator with my likes and what my business will have. Crochet. Any suggestions on where to start? So Natasha, this is my favorite way. You're welcome, Debbie. This is my favorite way to come up with a business name. And this is what I did for A Crafty Concept and Wild Grace. And I created A Crafty Concept in like 2010, 11, or 12. Maybe 10. I don't remember exactly. It's probably on my Facebook page. That was the first thing I did, was create a Facebook page. Okay. Wow. I'm so sorry. There's like a phlegm in my throat where I should be able to swallow. Okay. Brainstorm words that you like. So we can do it together, Natasha. Tell me what type of business you're trying to create. Not just an overview, like who you planning on selling to, what you planning on making, and then like the vibe that you're going for. Just very quickly, let me know those things in the comments and we will expand on them. But let's say she is selling rainbow colored amigurumi things. So she's using bright tropical colors and she's going for a summer vibe for her business, and she is selling them to young adults and older teenagers that have their own money, but they don't have a lot of money. So your prices have to be fairly affordable. So she's going to be selling like rainbow bumblebee keychains, bright color bumblebee keychains, little octopuses. So things like that. That's what we've been seeing. So keychains and cell phone holders and things that young adults and teenagers would like, that they think are trendy and fun, and like TikTok on the TikTok, right? So let's pretend that's the business that she's going for. And she's going for summer beach vibes, okay? Tropical. That's what she's going for. So I would brain dump some words like tropical, sunshine, palm leaf, beach, ocean, waves. What's it? Undercurrent? Was that? Tide, moon, tides, high tide, low tide, pier, fish, ocean, oceanic. These are some of the words that I would be thinking of. So I like the word tide, or like we could call it rainbow tide. We could call it funky tide creations. You know what I mean? And start brainstorming different combinations of those words. So I need to write them down. Like I can't remember any of the words that I just said because I said them out loud. I didn't write them down. But you write them all down, and then start making little groups, little groupings of them. And then once you get a list of like 10 that you really like, you'd be happy with any of them, start checking for the URL first. This is going to be your priority of importance. So write this down in your notebook if you have a crafty planner, or if you have the 2023 content calendar, print, whatever you got, write this down. If you need to think of a name, first thing you want to make sure you can get is the URL, the .com. You want the .com very specifically. Some people have been like, can I get the .me? Nobody's going to remember that. They will. You can help them remember it, but it's going to be a lot of extra work on your end. You're going to have to say .me regular. Like all that's going to be out of your mouth all the time. So you want the .com. Then you want the Instagram handle. That is the exact phrasing as the .com, a craftyconcept.com, a crafty concept on Instagram. No underscores, no periods, nothing. And then you want the Etsy shop. That would be the order that I would go in. Etsy shop does not have to be the same as your .com or your Instagram. It can be a little different. Maybe your shop a crafty concept on Etsy, right? It's okay, because when you direct everybody to your shop, you're going to be giving them a link. Also, you can buy a craftyconcept.com, create a stellar landing page with a button that says shop here. They never have to know the name of your Etsy shop, right? You can easily do that. So that is a great way to come up with your name with the brainstorming, and then check the availabilities in that order. The .com's the most important, because if you can get the .com, you can create a landing page that can take them to everything else that they need. But the Instagram is very important as well, if that's your main source of engaging with your audience or if your ideal customer. So for our Tropical Tide shop that we just created, their ideal customer might be on Snapchat or TikTok. I don't know anything about Snapchat. I downloaded it like 10 years ago, tried to use it. It was a disaster. I don't get it. I don't use it. I don't use Twitter. I don't get it. It's not for me. But TikTok, I am on TikTok. So maybe you check TikTok before you check Instagram. Maybe that's more important. Whichever one is the most important to where your ideal customer is hanging out, that should be your main day social media platform. And if you've got young adults and teenagers, TikTok and probably Snapchat is going to be your jam. I don't have a teenager yet, so I don't know exactly what the kids are all doing, right? It's bussing, okay? It really do be bussing out here. But that's what I would do. And then next tip, don't use any funky spelling or punctuation. I know it seems fun and exciting and it looks cool, but it's hard to remember. They will not be able to remember it unless you preach it constantly. I mean, you have to. So I have a friend, and she is K Crochet on Instagram. K Crochet or Crochet K. Sweet girl. Met her a couple times at Maker's Retreat. She uses the letter K for crochet, like instead of CROCHET, it's KROCHET. And she is able to make that work, but she has to say it all the time. So if I was a crafty concept with K's instead of C's, I would say hashtag a crafty concept with K's instead of C's. I am at a crafty concept on Instagram, K's instead of C's. Crochet with a K. crochet with a crafty with a K over and over and over and over and over. That needs to be the only thing that you never say your business name without saying with a K after. Same thing if you add a period or an underscore. It's not fun. It's extra work for extra unnecessary work. So it's not fun. So just don't do it. If you're starting your journey and you are able to choose your business name from the beginning, don't do it. If you've already done it, it's okay. You've already done it. We're gonna move on. We're not going to dwell on decisions that have already been made. We're going to move on. We're going to make it work, right? So you just need to get used to saying crochet with a K over and over and over and over and over. And that way it's ingrained in their minds. And when they think of your business name, they say crochet with a K without even knowing that they're doing it. Something to think about. So those are my tips with hi Despo. Those are my tips with business names, and I need to make a YouTube video for it because I think that would be a good one. I think it would help a lot of people. So brainstorm words that fit your brand and aesthetic and something that your ideal customer would relate with. And then so like if we were trying to get if we were trying to get Gen Z kids, I guess young adults and teenagers would be your Gen Z. I don't know, are teenagers still Gen Z, or we got something else already brewing? But you could use like a Gen Z word, like cap, no cap creations, no cap crochet with K. I'm just kidding. Don't do the K. No cap tags. They ate Tide Pods. That's probably not a good one. The Gen Z kids ate the Tide Pods, right? That was them. I don't know. I'm not there for that. You're welcome, Natasha. Let's see. She said bright colors, autumn, good vibes, dreamy, young adults and adults with kids. Okay. So hopefully that was enough information for you, Natasha, for you to brainstorm and come up with your own. Okay, great. Excellent. We are out of questions. That is the only questions that we had. So I'm going to chit chat while we get some more questions up in here, okay? Because I want to keep talking with you guys. And if we don't get questions, I'm just going to be listening to myself think out loud together while you guys are working on. You're welcome, Natasha. Thank you for hanging out today. I hope you found this video helpful and you are confident in creating a business name for your crochet business. If you want to watch the entire Ask Ashley episode, we have linked that for you down below. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you click the live tab here on my YouTube profile, you will be able to watch the replays from all of the Ask Ashleys and see scheduled Ask Ashleys that are coming up. Every week is a really fun time. We get a lot of really good questions and some really good conversations that happen because of those questions. So I would love it if you would join us over there for Ask Ashley. If you're still here, be sure to subscribe so you do not miss a single video released on this channel. Everything we do here is to help crocheters start and grow the crochet business of their dreams. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, hit that subscribe button and join this community here on YouTube. That's all I have for today. I hope you have a wonderful day, a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video.